this video, you're going to learn how to make your ads like the top 2% that are out there. Did you know that the top 2% of all advertisers actually get 50% of all of the clicks on Google? Did you also know that around about 90% of all people looking for something to buy are actually looking for that something to buy on Google? So after this video, you're going to learn how to be one of the 2%. Also, I'm going to show you the 4 emotional drivers that you can include in your ads copy, in your Google ads copy, to make sure you're getting those clicks. And then right at the end, if you stick right at the end, I'm going to give to you my 9-point checklist to evaluate your campaigns to see if you need to change them, if you need to apply these tricks I'm about to show with you. My name is Chris. I'm on a mission to make 100 blue-collar millionaires. I specialize in excavation contractors. Now you know who I am. Let's get into this. Now, what people need to understand is that Google ads are such a level playing field, right? Everyone's got the same font, everyone's got the same amount of space. So the one thing you can really play with to make sure that you're winning above everyone else is the words that you use and the emotional buttons that you're pressing. So this is like a crazy stat. When I learned this, I couldn't believe it. And maybe I don't believe it too, but it's absolutely true. 2% of all the Google advertisers are actually getting 50% of all of the clicks. That means there's lots of people really fucking this up. There's lots of people that just don't know what they're doing and throwing any old stuff up there and just wasting their money, basically. That's really, really good news because it means the bar is so unbelievably low. So all you need to do is, if you implement some of these things I'm about to show you, you're going to put yourself in that 2%. One thing you need to understand that 98% of people don't understand is that the job of an ad is not to sell your service or what you do. The job of your ad is to get someone to click on the ad. That's all it's meant to do. That's all it's meant to cause for someone to do. If you focus on that and stop focusing on trying to get people to actually buy straight off that ad or to get a quote from you or get in contact with you, you're going to be ahead of the game so much more. That's what one of the core things here you have to understand. Here's the 4 emotional drivers that you need to include in your ad copy to make people actually click them. The thing is, like in sales or anything like that, people don't buy with their minds. They believe they do, but trust me, they just do not. To get someone to go and click on an ad when they're like in zombie mode, just kind of looking through the internet, you have to make sure that your copy, that the words that you write include some of these things. Shock, curiosity, intrigue. You got to make sure you trigger those things in people. You need to make sure that you tell them what the benefit is. If they click on this, not the benefit of your service, but if they click on this, what they're going to get. Fear of missing out, just fear in general. I know it sounds terrible, but the reason why all the newspapers have such horrible headlines is because people click on them. So if you can include a little bit of fear in the words that you're writing, you miss out on this. Don't spend money on excavation, for instance, before you know this. Great stuff for fear. Vanity and self-interest, this works so well. You're trying to get them to feel like other people will think they're better because they've clicked on this ad. We'll go on to that in a couple of minutes. I've got some examples here. Yes, I put them in lawyers. I was looking up lawyers for somebody else the other day, so I thought I might include them here. They're all, if you ever look at them, they're all really boring. They all talk about themselves, not the person who's on the other side of the screen. And they're all going for the sell straight away. They're talking about the free consultation straight away. They're talking about trust. You come to me straight away. They're missing all of the steps that get somebody to like and love you before they jump in. So if you look at some of these ads, it's so boring. Divorce lawyer, and they're local. Okay, great. And the separation lawyer, okay. Divorce without court, Australian mediators. Okay, separation lawyers, Melbourne. It's all very, very simple. It's so boring. So here's something we can do just same thing with, and this is just an example for lawyers, but let's say how to beef it up a little bit, right? So here's an ad which does all of the right things, right? You go, top divorce lawyer, like secret checklist finally revealed. Tip-offs that your husband may be cheating on you, and a free online quiz shows you all. You can get your results now. Lots of people have downloaded it. Usually it costs a whole bunch, but you're going to get it for free right now. Fantastic. This has got all of the things. It just sells the click. It makes it intriguing. You don't tell them exactly what they're getting. You tell them the benefit they're getting. It teases the reward, the benefit. Tip off your husband may be cheating. Okay, that might be a problem that we're solving. It makes sure you got social proof so other people are into this. You can do this with social proof with your copy here. You can also do it with the ratings that are on here. So now you can include your Google My Business ratings in your ad. Does huge things for your ads, make them more clickable. And you got to make sure that you put some urgency in there. Sometimes, if this particular one's talking about like something you would give them that they pick up on the next page, You can also end urgency in the limited time, under huge demand, these sorts of things. Anything that puts a little bit of fear of missing out into somebody, so useful. So this ad is better than 98% of the ads that are out there. And it's not that hard to do. It's a little bit of a tweak in the words that you write. All right. So what I'm trying to say is that this type of thing, there's so much opportunity out there. Everyone else fucks it up. You just need to know the things, those four things I showed you before, and you'll be so far ahead of the game. Right. Here's some examples, because writing these for yourself can be hard. Here's some examples. Pause the video. I'm going to get my face out of the way for a second here so you can see all of them. Let's talk about how you can find yourself a killer headline. So in your ads, you've got your headline. That's what we're talking about here, writing your headline, making it awesome. Here's how you make sure that you end up with the best headline you can possibly do. You're going to have a few cracks at this. The first one you write is not going to be the best one. You have to keep on going back and changing them and experimenting with them. Something called a Franken headline, they're usually the best ones. So a Franken headline is half a headline that works really well in one of your ads, and it worked in another one, put them together, Franken headline. Do something a little bit interesting, for God's sakes. If you shock people, they're going to click on it. And once they click on it, you can do all sorts of wonderful things with your tracking and your retargeting and your landing page, all sorts of great stuff. This is the big thing right at the end here. These are my 9 checklists. So I've just been talking about how you can make your copy in your ads work better. All right, we've talked about how you can become the top 2%. We've talked about the 4 emotional drivers to include in your ads so that people will actually click them. And if you can combine them all in there, it's fantastic. We've talked about how you can test all the different things so that you can combine them, end up with a Franken headline that works over and above almost everything else you use. Now, if you're running a Google Ads campaign, ask these 9 questions to figure out what you need to do next. Whether you cut the campaign, change it, or you need to completely change your keywords, all that sort of stuff. Here we go. Number 1, are you getting more money than you're putting in? Super important. That's what you need to get to. Do your keywords match the searches that people are making? Are my conversions increasing every single month? This is very, very important. Is my cost per conversion decreasing? Is the value of my leads, is it going down and down and down? Is my copy demanding attention and selling the click? When you're looking at what your ads look like. Is my strategy geared towards sales or just towards people like tire kicking? Is my tracking in place? Of course, you've got to have that. Is my offer aligned to my visitors' needs? Is what you're offering, does it actually solve a problem for somebody? And is my focus on earnings per click and sales volume? Ask yourself these questions. I do this for every single campaign that I run. Ask these questions of that campaign at the end of every single month. After the first week, after the first 2 weeks in the first instance, but then every single month after that, to make sure that if you hit all of these things, that's how you're going to be increasing the value of your campaigns. A really great way to increase the value of your campaigns and how well they're doing is to address the copywriting. Because like I said before, Google Ads, level playing field, so it's the words that you use become so important. There you go. Little my promise. I'm Chris. You want to talk to me? I think I even put my stuff on the back here. Yep, talk to me, littlefox.agency. I'm on a mission to make blue-collar millionaires, 100 of them. I specialize in excavation contractors. If you are a contractor, it might still work for you. Come talk to me. That's where I am. There's going to be a link in the bio so you can get a version of that 9-step checklist. I look forward to seeing you later. Bye.